Hey guys, welcome back to Growin Crowin. This week's video is another video about, it's a video. Hey guys, welcome back to Growin Crowin. Today we have Jesus, why is that shaking so bad? A lot of, Hey guys, welcome back to Growin Crowin. Today's video is a continuation of our work on the new camper / toy hauler trailer conversion. If you missed our first video, I'll link that below for you. This past week, we have put a ton of work in. We've put in a lot of late hours and stayed up way past our bedtime, but we've got a lot accomplished. As you can see, we've got a small kitchen area started, as well as starts of a bathroom. So we got a lot of video along the way as we worked on it. So we hope you enjoy seeing what we've accomplished so far this week. The first thing that we did was to start on the ceiling inside the trailer. Originally, we were going to do some white aluminum, but because we're on a super low budget or trying to keep this as low budget as possible, we decided to use some old barn tin from a hog shed that we had access to. This is actually what we did in our living room when we remodeled a few years ago, and I absolutely love it, and it's totally us. This did, of course, require some manual labor. We had to go over, pull all the nails out and get it off the hog shed, haul it home, power wash it, and clean it up, but it was absolutely worth all the work. Once everything was cleaned and dried, it was time to start measuring out and installing it in the trailer ceiling. It was definitely a two-person job, and it took us most of the afternoon, but once we were finished, we were both really happy with how it turned out. Next on our project list was to create a wall so we could have a small bathroom and kitchen area at the front of the trailer. Aaron grew up working with his dad and learned a ton of hands-on skills, and although he says carpentry is not his favorite thing, I'm always amazed at what he's able to build. Next was to cut down the countertop that we had recently found at the wholesale warehouse store. It was a full 8-foot piece, but because it had some damage on it, we were able to get it at a super good price, and we only needed about 5 foot of it anyways to fit in the space that we were using it for. So we got that installed and cut the hole to where the sink was going to go next. While I was gone one day, Aaron continued to work on the bathroom as well as the kitchen area. Then once we got home, Ella and I put a 3rd coat of paint on the OSB walls, trying to cover them up just as good as we can. And then we painted the inside of the bathroom. And I'm going to let Aaron tell you guys a little bit about what we're doing in the kitchen and bathroom areas.
Okay, so for the bathroom, we just kind of went plain and simple for now. Just put a toilet in, I guess you'd say. Just kind of did it in case there wasn't any bathrooms around at the campgrounds or for out boondocking. Just kind of did some plywood, put a toilet seat on there. Underneath, we just did a large bucket. It's probably like an 11-gallon bucket. That also holds underneath. It's got the battery and everything in there. That whole top lid flips up. And for now, that's where the battery was when we bought the trailer. I might make an extra compartment and get that in there. Talking about maybe doing like cedar wood chips or something, and maybe putting a bin down in there to use for inside the toilet. Of course, it'll have like a big 50-gallon bag in there. Seen some people, they had done that and worked out pretty good. Of course, mainly use shower houses when we need to, but it's just in case we got something. Just kind of made a small kitchen there. Went and bought some upper cabinets just to give a little storage for paper plates, stuff like that, eating utensils, whatnot. Found a countertop the other day at a wholesale place, cut her down, put that in place, bought a sink, put in there. The other day I went and bought a 12-volt water pump. I got to get that mounted up. I had talked about trying to do, holding tanks, gray tanks, black tanks, all that stuff and running water, but with the height of the trailer, I didn't want to pick it up anymore. I don't have the clearance underneath to mount tanks like you would normally do in an RV. That's kind of why we went with that idea of the bathroom. Otherwise, I was going to have to pick this whole floor up at least a foot and try to get the tanks to fit in there. So for this, just going to keep it simple. Probably get 2 5-gallon water tanks. Just have that 12-volt pump dumped into one and siphon it out for fresh water, and then just have another one sitting there that we can use for the gray water. The only thing we're using the water for is the sink in here. So it shouldn't be that bad. Just kind of have to pay attention to water consumption, I guess. So the 2 tanks will set over underneath the sink. I got to figure out how to plumb that in to get it from the actual house fittings back to hose. In the center, at some point in time, that'll be our portable air conditioner. We'll bore a hole through the floor to vent it out down through the camper, so not putting more penetrations through the roof. And then over on the right-hand side, we found a small dorm fridge, freezer we'll put in there. We talked about making like an actual cabinet doors and everything for it, but I think for now, we're just going to run a kind of a tension rod, I guess you'd say, and put a curtain across it. Blanket everything off. When we're camping, you'll have it slit open anyway because you have to get to the fridge, and you want the air conditioner to be able to blow through. Same for the bathroom. Didn't frame the door size in to fit a door. Just going to put a curtain over top of that for now. We'll see what happens. Just trying to keep it simple to begin with. See how far or how it goes, I guess. Up top there, still got to put a ceiling in the bathroom itself. We're going to put a false ceiling in there. And then that space above the bathroom, that'll just be storage for lawn chairs and whatnot. Same for above the cabinets. Probably going to do like a 5/4 board, put above that, just paint it white, and then, give us another 5-foot cubby hole to throw whatever in. So that's kind of the biggest thing with this thing is we don't really have a whole lot of storage compared to the other campers we've had. Big wide open floor plan, but not much place to put anything. Got a couple ideas that we're kind of kicking around to get some more storage in it at some point, but a little bit at a time. So anyway, that's what we got for now.
One other thing that we did was trimmed out everything with a white steel because, well, when you're married to a sheet metal worker, but it does look nice. He added a trim along the top that not only covers the wires, but also allows it so if ever we have a wiring issue, we can just hopefully easily access that. We also did the trim pieces so that it hides where the OSB kind of meets up and just gives it all a nice finished look. A couple other things that we added to it was some E-track, which is really kind of pretty cool stuff, and they have all kinds of accessories for it. We did, of course, have to try out the hammock situation first, and I think the kids are going to think this is really cool. I did also get a 12-volt light fixture for the kitchen area off of Amazon, so I'll add the link below for that. I think it just makes it its own little unique space and kind of fancies it up a little bit. And then we grabbed some pop-up table counter space stuff that we got at that wholesale shop. Same place we got the countertop. So I'm going to let Aaron talk about that a little bit.
Another thing that we did or picked up, I guess, is we were never having enough counter space in the campers. That 3 foot over there is more than we got in our other camper now. But it gets to be hard. With the other one, we got an outdoor kitchen, so we always had a room out there to prep food and whatnot. This one, not doing any slide outs, no outdoor kitchens, none of that. So we found these the other day. I kind of looked at something similar online with brackets and then make our own, but these weren't badly priced, and they're actually a butcher board. But they mount against the studs, or they mount into the studs on the wall, and then they fold down flat, as you can see. And when you want to use them, you just pick them up and they lock into place. So each one of them is 4 foot. So, you know, that's an extra 8 foot. That's more than we got on our house. But those lock in, use them. They're pretty sturdy. They said they could hold like 500 pounds. I mean, I wouldn't trust that just because of the small studs on the camper itself. But should be nice. We can use that for prepping food and whatnot. Our bed is going to be here, and it folds down kind of like a Murphy bed. So bad weather, just us. You got to eat in a pinch, and you got a machine in here, not much room in the back. Sit on the bed, a little tall, but it'll work for a kitchen table. And then when you're done, you just grab the 2 handles, snap those, and they fold back in. I was hoping they would lock into place. They do not. They still kind of bounce a little bit on the downhill side. So I don't know. Need to figure out something to be able to lock them in so they're not flopping going down the road. But for now, we got those 2. We'll see how it goes. Might put another one in the back for just another shelf back there, maybe for grilling or cooking out or something. So kind of a cool idea. Nice space saver. So we'll see.
Our next thing to do is to install the Murphy bed that Aaron's been building. So make sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos.